Ladies and gentlemen, representing Don Coryell for enshrinement in the Pro Football Hall of Fame is his daughter, Mindy Coryell Lewis, and presenter, Pro Football Hall of Fame enshrinee, Dan Fouts.
Look at this. I've got my own little stool. Can you hear me? Yeah? Okay. Wow. Thank you, Dan, for that amazing introduction and all that you've done that has led to this moment. Okay. I promise myself I will not cry. There are so many people who had an impact on my dad personally and professionally that it would be impossible to thank everybody. So I'll just say thank you now before I forget. The number one person I know he'd thank is his wife, Elisa, our mom, who was his most valued assistant coach and his Air Coryell co-pilot. This is the lady who would pin notes to my football-focused, absent-minded dad's underwear so he wouldn't forget his appointments on his recruiting trips. Can you imagine? He couldn't possibly miss his appointments if he had to get his underwear out of the suitcase and see his notes pinned to them. The hardest thing for me, my brother, and the rest of our family is to challenge what my dad would have said if he were here. So I'll do my best. Here's hoping I don't channel his lisp. What I'm sure of is that he'd be humbled, grateful, and maybe just a bit surprised that his legacy has lived on for all these years and is now forever recognized as being worthy of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Growing up, my dad was just my dad, or Pop. The stories that you might have heard about him being so focused on football that he'd forget that I was in the car driving me and the trash to San Diego State, go Aztecs, rather than dropping me off at the school bus stop and the trash at the bottom of our very, very long, steep driveway are all absolutely true. So certainly, I was aware of his focus on football, watching him constantly scribbling on his ever-present yellow legal pad, but never really knowing or even considering as a young person how his doodling would forever change the game of football. Lots of people tell me, especially his old ball players, I'm looking at, there's Dan, how my dad either invented or improved so many offensive concepts. But more importantly, that he was a player's coach and that the relationships he fostered were really the key to his success. I believe that he felt that not only the X's and O's were his work and passion, but also the lasting relationships that he built. I never get tired of those stories and everyone's impressions of him. Timmy, where are you? And Hank? One of my earliest memories is of little Mindy playing on the living room floor. And a very young, very big John Madden coming over for dinner. And as he walks through our front door, he envelops the entire door frame. And my memory, I think he actually had to stoop to walk in through our front door. Big John said in his enshrinement speech that he believes that after the last fans leave for the day and the lights have been turned off and all the doors locked, that the bus talk to each other. Can you imagine that? Don't you wish you could be in that room listening to Big John, Pop, and the other guys telling their stories? Oh my gosh, and the laughter. I want to personally congratulate and thank the Gold Jacket class of 2023, all you guys, and their families, Annie, for their support and friendship over the last 6 months. Lastly, our family would like to thank the Chargers and the selectors, and of course, the Pro Football Hall of Fame for this exceptional honor. Ladies and gentlemen, Air Coryell has landed in Canton. I broke my promise. Thank you.